All right.
Which one?
It's right here.
Oh.
Yep. Good afternoon. Right now we have the Loudoun Sports Academy. Coach, if you could, please just introduce yourself, program, and who you brought here.
My name's Obie Woods, and we're Loudoun Sports Academy, or LSA. I brought several young men with me here today. They're all classes of 2026. We'll start down here on the end.
Rashad Fortune, class of 2026, defensive end.
Jackson Graham, class of 2026, wide receiver.
Gavin Harrison, class of 2026, quarterback.
Lucas Smith, class of 2026, linebacker, running back.
Luciano Sanchez, class of 2026, wide receiver and DB.
Delok Paulu, class of 2026, safety.
Isaiah Lucas, class of 26, DB.
Caleb Finley, class of 2026, interior line.
Okay. Thank you. Now, Coach, if you could just give us a walkthrough of what you all have been doing to get ready for the season. How's the summer been? And how long have you all been training, preparing for this moment right now?
So, with us being a new program, there's a lot of recruiting going on off season, trying to get these guys together so they can come out and just compete. At LSA, our big thing is just effort all around, right? So getting these guys to understand and buy into the program and the culture, understand that we're one family and we're all trying to achieve one goal. It's been pretty good from a standpoint of, the guys have been out working. I mean, we started lifting about 2 or 3 months ago, on a regular basis. We hit about 2 weeks, and then we get some field work in there too as well. We partnered with Loudoun Sports Academy, which is great from a facility standpoint. We get to play our games at Seger Field, which is phenomenal itself too as well. Phenomenal facility where they have Loudoun United, semi-pro soccer team that plays out there. So it's been a great experience for the guys, I would say. We've just been working hard, preparing, getting ready for offense and getting prepared on the defensive side. Offense is always behind, the game. Defense, they're just flying to the ball, they're getting after it. So we're trying to catch up on the offensive side. But we've been working hard, man. The guys have been grinding, and it's been a great experience. A lot of local private schools have, gave us some joint practices from that aspect too. So that's been good. So we've been getting some bump. We'll end up getting some more bump a little later on this week. We got Flint Hill scrimmage on the 16th, which should be great around 9 a.m. with Kirk Peterson, who's a really good dude over there at Flint Hill, great man. In St. Michael's, we got some bump with them too as well earlier in the week. So, this has been good, man. We've just been working hard and grinding, man, and, the guys have been putting in the work to get it.
Nice. So before we kick it over to the media, I just want to give all the players a chance to grab the mic, say anything you'd like to say. If you want to introduce the people to who you are, to what motivates you, or what matchups you're looking forward to this season, or, just tell everybody why it was important for you to join LSA.
Really, for me, what made me want to join back with Coach Obie was playing with him last year at VA and just seeing how he always put not only you as a player first, but your education first. He strives to make sure you get an opportunity not just to play college football, but to make sure you get a great education, you're set up for a career down the road. So that's really what it was for me.
To add on what Rashad said, I'd say the same exact thing as what he said, but he's a leader of men, which is the main thing that made me want to stay with Coach Obie. And his schemes on offense is beautiful. He makes everyone want to play receiver, quarterback. We all want to be in the game and make an impact.
To stack on what he said, his schemes are really good, and the way he carries the offense it really drove me over there. And I've known him for a long time, and he's a great dude. So.
Same thing as what they said. I mean, I was with Coach Obie last year. And he was putting us first, making sure, first priority is getting us to college. So I really appreciate that. And I love the schemes we have, especially our defensive schemes this year. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, for me, to stack off what they said, Coach Obie, he's done a lot for me, and I'm sure he's done a lot for, everyone else in this program. Like Jackson said, he's a leader of men, and, I really admire, everything he's done. For a guy to, start a program and get all these players together, put together a good schedule, and just overall putting us in a position to get out to coaches. We play really good comp, so yeah, that's really what made me gravitate towards playing with Coach Obie this year.
Yeah, for me to play with Coach Obie, this is really fun because I already know we're gonna play really good competition this year as well. So I'm just really excited to, just get my name out there, get our team's name out there, and just put on for the DMV.
For me, playing for Coach Obie this season was an easy decision. I've been with Coach Obie for 2 years already. Coming from Unity Reed and joining a private school, it's not easy, but Coach Obie makes it easy for you. He makes you feel like you matter to the team. He makes you feel like you put yourself first. He always says, do your job, which makes a lot of sense when he puts it the way he does. So I'm just glad to be part of this program.
What really made me gravitate towards LSA was definitely the coaching staff and the welcoming feeling that they, made me feel, and defensively, and their scheme fits into pretty much my type of play style and how I've been used to been playing. With a clean slate, definitely allows the whole team to get our whole name out there and represent for the Loudoun County area that doesn't get too much love. So.
Okay. And with that, we'll go ahead and kick it over to the media for some questions.
Thank you. Coach and players, I'm Dwight Vick, host of Victory Life Legacy Podcast and owner and founder of Victory Life. It's interesting, Coach, to have such glowing things the players say about you. They really believe in you. I mean, I was waiting for them like, I can't wait for the season to be over. I'm tired. I got a headache. But they seem to love and respect you. That has to feel great. We just had Daryl Overton up here and his team, the St. James, and I've known Coach D.O. for a long time. And like you, both of y'all are starting programs from scratch. And in my humble opinion, probably the most competitive area in the country, the DMV, where private schools for football and basketball are everywhere, and everybody is recruiting some of the same players. You've stepped out on faith to take this on for LSA, which I commend you and respect you about. With that being said, what kind of challenges are up ahead of you that you got to face to make sure that these guys are not only prepared to be seen by college coaches, but to compete at the level it's going to take? What challenges do you have to make sure they are aware of?
I try to instill in my guys that, football is a sport that ends for everybody at some point in time in life, whether it's middle school, high school, college, or the NFL. It's going to end for you, right? So you can't let football purely define who you are. You can love this sport and play this sport, right? But you got to enjoy it. And my main thing is just have fun. I feel like too many kids these days are so worried about getting offers that they don't even enjoy the game itself, right? So it's like, enjoy the game, because when it's over, like for me, it's like you just miss that. You don't care about the other part of the stuff, right? You miss just playing and strapping up with your brothers and kind of going from there, right? So, last season at my old school, it was mainly, with the guys, when they were so busy just chasing offers, it wasn't even fun. It really kind of wasn't even fun to coach them, to be honest, And I had to tell them, like, fellas, we chase opportunities. We don't chase offers. So let's go out there, let's play for each other, let's grind, and we'll have the best season we'll ever have. And those offers or those opportunities will come, because I truly believe, like, it's a football school for somebody anywhere if you just really look hard at it and you grind for it,
Absolutely. I'm excited to see you guys perform. And I was joking earlier because we had on John Champ earlier and Pot Falls, and I've been in the Northern Virginia for 25 years. I don't know where they find the land out in Loudoun County, and now LSA is part. I mean, it's like 25 high schools in Loudoun County. It is amazing. Now you guys are up in the mix. So as a fan and a media person that loves high school and college football, with your program, I know it's early in the process, you guys are in camp, but not to give away too much, but offensively and defensively, what kind of scheme should we see and expect to see when I turn you guys on if I come out to a game? Spread, power O, defense, 4-3, what are we looking at?
All right, so offensively, I give everybody, most of these young boys don't know about that Rich Rodriguez, Pat White, West Virginia, you know what I'm saying? So we boogie with a little bit of that, but we're also a mix of, some Urban Meyer, spread option offense. So, and I always believe, offensively, you're going to see it on film anyway, so, you just got to stop it, right? So you got to execute it to a T. So I don't have any trade secrets here or anything from that aspect, but, we're no huddle, we're on the ball fast, we're clap cadence, endurance, we go. And I'm trying to prepare these guys. I always say we're preparing you to play college football, right? If we're not, when I was coaching youth league, I was preparing you for high school. When I coach high school, I'm preparing you for college. If I'm not doing that, then I'm failing at my job, right? Defensively, my good friend, I call him the Rev, Coach Jesse Jackson. We've been coaching for mad years together. We were in it for like 25 years, but he's my defensive coordinator this year. We're 4-2-5. We're pretty aggressive, and then we morph into a 3-3 stack. So we got an odd and even front that we can show people.
That's what WVU ran, right?
Yeah.
Are you a WVU fan?
Not at all. I'm a Hokie, baby.
You what?
I'm a Hokie.
You got to talk. Go ahead.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey guys, I'm Monet Anderson, also known as the Lady Broadcaster. I cover high school football up and down the DMV. Coach, it's obvious most of these guys know you, they've bought into you. Now you have this new school. What are you doing as far as player personnel? Do you know where everybody's going to be placed? Is there competition out there for different positions? What's going on there?
Oh yeah, we're always competing. You know, nobody's a starter. They'll tell you that right now. You know, any point in time you can lose your job, right? You got to go out there and grind every day. So these guys work hard and compete. We're pretty deep, you know, skill position wise, and even some of our bigger skill guys, we're deep from that aspect. You know, we're always working, you know, just to grind to kind of make these guys and push these guys for effort. Because when you get to college, you know, at the end of the day, it's all a competition. You know, I tell Gavin, my guy back here, it's going to be 9 quarterbacks in the room. So, you know, when you get there, you got to be prepared to get after it, you know?
Absolutely. And we talk about the depth and what you have. I see, you know, I'm trying to look at you guys and kind of say, he plays this and he plays that. And I don't know. But as far as the O-line, D-line, where are you there? Do you look good? Do you still need help in certain areas? I see, you got to be. DN? Yeah. See? You see that eye?
Yeah. You know what you're talking about. You've been around it for a while.
Absolutely. So how do you look in the trenches?
So, you know, I think we look pretty good in the trenches. You know, we got some work. You know, as a coach, I'm never satisfied, you know. So my thing is I'm always looking to just get better across the board, you know, coach up our young talent, get them ready to work, you know, give them the skills that they need, you know. A lot of it is, you know, our guys, we got great football players, but it comes down to fundamentals and techniques at the end of the day, right? You know, I keep going back to, you know, at college, everybody's an athlete, right? Everybody's there, right? But it's the fundamentals and techniques that set you apart, right? So we place emphasis on that, you know, at school and ensuring those guys are there. But, you know, I think we're gonna be all right. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. To a few of the players, fun question. I asked this the last 4 or 5 interviews we've done, and I love to see the reactions. How should I say this? Who's my energy guy? Who's the guy in practice that gets things popping? That like, here he go, there he go, and y'all start talking. Who is that guy? Because that's what I'm gonna watch. Is that you? You grab the mic.
You got it. I say we got a couple. The main one that comes to mind is Jordyn. I don't know how, 6 a.m., he'll be out there dancing, TikToking. And then we have a sophomore receiver, Desai. He's from Florida. So
Florida, there you go.
So we know what that's about.
Florida.
So and I say all of us come with a different type of energy. I'm a quiet guy myself, but you know I talk a little stuff. So Rashad's quiet too. So I think we all come with a different type of mentality at practice. But we're always competing, so it comes out. So
And to add, you know, I'm gonna add 2 more myself. I'm gonna say, you know, he's a young guy, but you know every practice he comes with energy. His name's Pop. You know, he's a linebacker. And, you know, as a linebacker, you know, you got to bring the energy, especially because you're pretty much commanding, you know, up front. And so I would say he brings a lot of energy. And another guy, he's also a linebacker, Barry. He's a big guy, very big. He's dancing, too. Like after our scrimmage, he was hitting some moves in the locker room.
After the scrimmage.
You know, those are the guys I would say that bring the energy to practice almost every day.
And to the players, you know, this has to be special. I mean, if you think about it, to be part of the inaugural season with expectations you're going to create. Like, you know, we had a coach on earlier, I believe it was the Pot Falls coach, or maybe it was the John Chant one. He said, you know, culture doesn't graduate. And I'm going to steal that from him. I'll give him copyright credit. But you guys being part of an inaugural season, I mean, you're setting the tone for the future classes behind you, and you guys can make history. Any player can answer this. What does it feel like? I mean, do you kind of think, I know you're in the moment and you're focused on this season, but not pressure, but is there some pride in that? Because I've never really been part of an inaugural team. That's got to feel special, especially at your age.
I mean, to me, it feels like we get to put out to the world what we see in each other. If we all working hard on the inside, we go out on the field and play somebody, they should see that. Being part of this first season, it gives us a chance to not have, 10 championships, 2010 and 1990, whatever. We get to go out this season and be like, this is who we are.
To add on to what Caleb said, I think the most exciting thing for me is we get to build a program for not only us, but for Coach Obie to keep coming back to every year. We have somewhere for us to come back to when we come back from college, a facility to build. So I think that's the biggest thing for us is we don't have no pressure. Like we have no record, we have no stats, so we have nothing to lose. All of it is gaining. We can't get worse. We can only get better from here. So that's the only thing I could say.
Yeah, and kind of, to bounce off of what he said, it's a real honor to be able to, participate in the first season of Loudoun Sports Academy. To me, because, we get to set the tone. And, regardless of how our season goes, I think that the way we play this season is going to impact the rest of the generations of players that decide to come over, especially because, everyone here is seniors. We get to kind of influence our younger players, and, we can help them. I'm sure everybody here coaches to an extent, the younger guys with their position. And to me, I take pride in that because, I had, when I was a freshman, sophomore, I looked up to a senior, junior that, helped me get better and helped me learn how to play my position. So, I want to make sure I'm doing the same thing for my younger guys as well. So that's why I think, it's a real honor to be able to participate in this.
Love it.
I would definitely say, like Jackson said, it wasn't pressure, but for me, I would say it is pressure just being in an area like we're in, an NFL pipeline area, a D1 pipeline area. It definitely is pressure, and pressure is a good thing if you think about it. Pressure is what makes a lot of people great, and it's just a great opportunity to be where we're at and to be able to build a name and be in such a great area and play such a high level of talent and to just show who we are and show who we are to the rest of the country, to the DMV and the whole East Coast.
I love it. I know we wrapping up. Just a fun question. Who's the best player on the team? Who's the best player? So it's like 4 of y'all.
Obie Woods. Actually, no, I'm going to go Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson.
Nah, Coach Graham right there sitting in the corner, man. One of the greatest to do it.
All right, there we go. Loudoun Sports Academy, thank you all for coming out today. Thank you all for taking a long trip. We really appreciate it. Best of luck this season, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all for having us.